Hi, this is Lee Solden. This starts a new series for the fourth audiobook in a series of 15 that someone did on YouTube to help you. Someone did these to help you learn Portuguese. What I'm doing is just I'm helping you learn those videos by um, describing why each sentence means what it does in English. And this particular video is designed for someone who's had a bit of exposure to Portuguese, and maybe he's learned the first three of the four, which I did. I've done videos on those now. Um, so after you've went through those first three, come to this one. I'm going to stop and go over some verb structure more thoroughly in this one, okay? And also, again, this is part of how I teach. Somehow someone has to tell you what the words mean, right? So I'm doing that. But once you know what the words mean, what the sentences mean, you have to do read-throughs to really learn it. Read-throughs is where you, after you've looked over what a sentence means or several sentences, you listen to the audiobook while reading, and then you close your eyes and listen a few times. Maybe repeat all that. Okay, then you go on the next few sentences. Okay. Another thing you need to do in my program is called ear tuning exercises. And I always leave a copy of the ear tuning syllables for that and directions on how to do the ear tuning exercises. Also, I have a video. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video where I go over my system, just talking about it for about a half hour. And the final element of my system is a lot of passive listening. So when you want to learn this particular audiobook that I'm helping you with here, have it playing in the background while you're eating. You don't have to pay attention to it. This has to be there going into your ear. This type of passive listening, especially to what you are trying to learn, boosts the learning several fold because it becomes familiar to you. It's not only that, it's part of the ear tuning process. Those ear tuning exercises you're doing don't work that great unless you are listening to the Portuguese several hours a day, and then they work great, okay? So you're trying to get a native ear for Brazilian Portuguese, then you're doing the read-throughs where you're listening to it for understanding. Those are two separate things. The ear tuning exercises, you're only listening for sounds, trying to follow the individual sounds being spoken by the speaker. The later you do the read-throughs, now you're seeing how well you understand it. Okay, let's get going here. So this starts immediately right at about the 5-second mark. 7 habits of whom masters the art of speaking in public. Sete, that's S-E-T-E, they get the number 7 there. Hábitos, habits of whom, quem, Q-U-E-M, quem, M is nasal. De quem, dominar, domina, means master, mean dominate or control, from dominar. The art, arte, de falar, to speak, em público, public, in public. Subtitle says, oratoria, it means public speaking, oratory or public speaking. Não é só para alguns. Okay, so not is just or only for some. Read, learn, and practice. Leia, aprenda y practique. I'm not sure how they say it. I didn't listen to how they say this particular word. Practique, probably. Or they may be saying prachiki, that TI may be saying a chi. I have to listen to see how this speaker says that word. Okay, moving on. Okay, many people, muita gente, tem medo, have fear, de falar, of speaking, em público. Making, fazer, to do, to make. Okay, discursos, speeches, comandar auditório, commanding an auditorium. Some people are timid. Algumas pessoas são tímidas. Look at this são. That's for are. They are. It's part of the verb to be, which is ser for the permanent version. Okay, they have a non-permanent version for things that are temporary, and it's also for location. Estar. This is ser, and we'll put the verb up here. Ser, to be, for permanent, and it says present tense. Okay, I am, eu sou. It's S-O-U. O-U is the second way they can spell the sound O in Portuguese. Okay, so I am, eu sou. And usually they don't use the pronouns. They would just say so, or I am. Okay. Difference is OU often they don't ever bend it over to an oo, as far as I can tell. I need to ask someone specifically if that's a rule or is it a regional thing? I don't know. Okay, so just this is he's saying so here. Then you got he is. That's ele é. That the E with the accent mark is like the A in hat. I got the A in hat here. Okay, so he is ele é. We are, nós somos. Okay, nós, an O with an accent mark like an A-W-A, nós somos. So that's a trailing O and a trailing OS. The O goes oo, so this is somos. Okay, and then we have the they form. Okay, they are, that is eles são. I have the são, kind of rhymes with cow. Then you have a nasal N. You don't actually say the N, right? São. Okay, eles são. They are. And I want to point out that you go back up to he form. That's also the você form. That's you singular, and it's the only one they use in most of Brazil. They don't use what they call the familiar form with the tu. And then for they form is also the vocês, plural you. Again, it's the only plural you form they use. This is considered the formal form over in Portugal and even in a small part of Brazil, but we're not going to worry about that. Okay. Okay, moving on from that point. Okay, so some people are timid and always will be. Back to be again. Now this is the future tense. Future tense is almost probably, it's almost 100% in this language. You take the verb, SCR in this case, to be, and you stick the appropriate ending. So this is for they. What do you use for they? You use on, which happens to match what you use for to be, but no, to be is an irregular verb. So this is a bit of a coincidence here. Okay, sont for they are, seront for they will be. Okay, and see future tense. Okay, let's see here. Okay, for and Okay, I will be seré. Okay, take the SER, put a EI, and that EI is pronounced A, seré. And then we got he will be será. And we will be is seremos. Seremos. Okay. And they will be serão. That's where we are here, serão. Okay. Okay, and always will be. So some people are timid and always will be. Mas, but, isso, this, não, no, signifies or means that, que, never, nunca, conseguirão, that's will, manage, will succeed. Conseguir can simply mean get. Okay, the verb is conseguir. Okay, but this is a future tense. You just simply tack on the right ending for the future, and for they is on. So conseguirão. Will, so this doesn't mean they'll never succeed speaking or in speaking, falar. Anytime this falar is to speak or to talk, could mean to say, but they use dizer for that. But anytime you got an infinitive, you can say it as the ing form, right? So, and you can put an in in front of it anytime you make something into an ing form to help you translate it, right? So, succeed in speaking well, bem, in front of, diante, in front of other people, outras pessoas. Okay, whether is care. Now, care, you think, well, isn't that mean want from querer? Yeah, you're right, but I mean, yeah, querer is to want, but care doesn't mean anything to do with want. It means whether. Okay, care, whether. Okay, whether it might be. This is seja. That means might be. This is a part of ser, to be, but it's called the subjunctive. So so instead of he is he may be, or instead of I am is I might be, right? Get that might in there, right? So whether it might be seja, and the subjunctive is used a lot more. And this is not the only subjunctive form. This is the present tense subjunctive. It's the equivalent to the present tense, but in the subjunctive, which means to put the might in front of it, okay? And let me see here. Let's see if I can get that up there, right? Okay. So here we have, again, ser, to be, okay, for permanent. This is the present subjunctive tense, right? So I might be is seja. He might be is seja. Of course, you might be is also seja. Same verb form. So for all of he, she, it, you, I, it's seja. Okay, seja. Okay. We, well, take that seja, put an MOS in the end of it, you got the we form. So we might be sejamos. Remember to pronounce the MOS as moose. And they might be sejam. Just put an M there. Sejam. Okay, sejam. Okay, the M is a nasal only N. Okay. And I got little I put an M, a little bit of a circle around it to show you don't close off that M. It's a nasal, right? And I got a nasal only M. I got EH for se, Jean, Sejean. Okay. Okay. And so, but this does not mean that they will not manage to speak well in front of other people, whether it be in a large venue, ambiente grande, full of people, cheio de gente, full is cheio, of people, gente, or O. Again, Spanish is just O. Here is OU, and it is pronounced O. Okay. Or just apenas in a meeting, em uma reunião de trabalho. Trabalho. Remember not to pronounce that L. LH is the same as a double L as in Spanish. Yeah. Trabalho. Com colegas. Okay. Of course, Spanish speakers know that if it's a double L in Spain is a little more harsher. Instead of yeah, it's yeah, right? Okay. Okay. So, speaking publicly, falar publicamente é uma questão de hábito. Okay, speaking, falar, publicly, it's obvious, is a question, é uma questão de hábito, habit, right? Questions, question. And preparation, preparação. Okay, verb-wise, we got é, which means is. We've already seen that in part of ser. Okay. It says até par quem. Okay, até means up to, including, even sometimes. Okay, in this case it means even, or you could say up to and including for who, quem, has, is, tem facilidade. Another case where you got to watch out that facil, there's an L sitting there, but it's part of the word facile, okay, which means you got to make that L a oo sound, right? So even though it's in a compound word, you're still not going to pronounce that L. It's going to be facilidade. To do this, fazer isso. Fazer is to do. That's equivalent to hacer. Okay, according to Joan Detz, segundo means according to. Joan Detz, that's a person, autora, that's an author, of how to write and give a speech. It says em tradução livre. Okay. Not sure what that means in free translation. I'm not sure what free translation means, but that's what it means in free translation. Livre is free. Anyway, how to write and make a speech. Como escrever, to write, and fazer, to make. This could be to do or to make, in this case, to make. A, for masculine. Discurso, speech. Okay. Falar em público não é uma capacidade. So, to speak in public is not a capacidade, it means ability, right? It's not ability, it's not a magic ability, mágica, with which you are born, com, with, a qual, to which you are born. You're not born to it, right? We'll say nasce. Nasce means born. Okay. But an ability, mas uma habilidade that que se desenvolve. Okay, se is a reflexive pronoun, and this verb desenvolver means to develop. Okay, so it's not something you're born with; it's something you develop. Okay, in thinking on this, pensando nisso, I'm going to put an N in there for the pensar, to think, and put an N in front of it. In thinking on this, the Fast Company makes a list with 7 habits. Phase to make, I mean, it's for he makes, right? A list, uma lista, with 7 habits, com 7 hábitos, that we find, encontramos, or we find or encounter, encontramos, in great speakers, grandes oradores, oradores. Here it is. Okay, here are they. Okay, aqui estão eles. Now here we have the verb estar because it's talking about location. Estar is for non-permanent things and location. So if something's permanent, it's going to be ser, unless it's talking about location. Then it's estar. So it says here, telling where something is, right? Location. Here they are. That's what they're saying, right? The way they're saying is here are they. Okay. Aqui estão eles. Okay. And the next video I do here, I got a few verbs I'll go over. I've skipped right now, but I'll go over with charts on those. Okay. Next thing the next thing it says is, so they start the list. A list of 7 things. First one is concentrate before speaking. Concentrar-se antes de falar. Okay, it's a reflexive verb being used here to concentrate, using it, just simply making a reflexive verb. Okay. Then the thing most important that a great speaker does is find a place, a space, espaço. Espaço. This means a place or a space. Calm. Okay. A coisa, the thing, mais importante, most important, that a great speaker, que grande orador, does, faz, encontrar, is to find a place, espaço, calm place, calmo, para, to prepare himself, para se preparar, antes, before, de subir, go up, on the say stage, palco. Okay, no palco. Up, got no for in the, it can also be on the. Okay, it can be at the sometimes. Usually in, but it can be again on or at. No. Affirms the author. Afirma a autora. Okay. There's another verb I have to go over. Okay, it's a regular afirmar. Okay, it's a regular AR verb. Go over that later. Okay, this time of concentration, esse tempo. Now you notice I didn't say tempo. If it's not starting the word, an M or an N are nasal. Okay, the end of the word, middle of the word, unless it's the beginning of the word, it is a nasal. So it's tempo, not tempo. Tempo. Esse tempo de concentração, of concentration, immediately before, imediatamente antes of the presentation, tem a function, the function, função, de acalmar, to calm, and give, dar, focus, foco, to whom, a quem, is going, vai, okay, he is going, vai, to speak, falar. Okay, instead of, em vez de, staying or being, in this case being, I would say, instead of being distracted, distraído, or agitated, agitado, try, experimente, to experiment. That means how to say try, okay? Try to isolate yourself. Se isolar pouco. Pouco. It's P-O-U, you gotta say po. The O, you bend over to an U, pouco. Okay. Try to isolate yourself a little, E, and concentrate, concentrar, all the energy, toda a energia, para, the moment of speaking, o momento da fala. Now, fala here is obviously a noun, speaking, from the verb falar. Okay. I think I'll convenient place to stop. Now that I know exactly how far this thing went, which I'm going to document that, where I left off exactly. So, went to 112. This is where I ended here. Okay, if you like this kind of thing, hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about what I'm doing here. And I have a few students using these videos. I don't have so far as I know, anyone who's come along that I don't know and is using these. If you are, if you're getting some use out of it, let me know. Okay, let me know what you think about my videos in the comments. Any suggestions how to improve things? I appreciate it. And other than that, everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.